What's up, everybody? It's Nico Moreno here, and welcome to this short, punchy, actionable training where I'm going to be teaching you exactly how I use ChatGPT to create content, lots of content ideas very quickly and easily for my high-ticket business. So this is likely going to work for you if you are a coach, a course creator, a consultant, anyone where you're selling your knowledge or you're selling your own ideas and you need to create content to sort of nurture, warm up, educate your audience, and things of that nature. Okay, so this is probably not going to be of much help to you if you are in any sort of business where you're not creating content, or you are creating content but like your face and your name is not associated with that content, then this is just not going to be useful for you. Okay, so if you are the face and the name and the image of your brand, this is going to be amazing for you, so stick around. Alrighty, so what is the point of content? Before we dive into this, what is the point of content? Like, what do we actually want to do with it? Well, again, we want to educate, nurture, and engage with our audience, provide them value, provide inspiration, provide mindset shifts, and ultimately get them to want to take the next step or know enough about you to know if they want to take the next step with you and engage with your business, whether it's booking a phone call or just making a direct purchase. So that is kind of the goal in mind, at least in my perspective, what the goal is of content. We want to move people down the sales cycle. We want to move them through the sales funnel, ultimately becoming closer to become a warm, hot lead and to become a customer. And, you know, if nothing else, they'll at least become a raving fan, hopefully, if you produce good content. But, you know, ultimately, I see content as part of the sales funnel, and that is what I'm here to provide for you. I'm going to show you kind of my thought process behind content creation. So let's get started. Again, kind of the nature of this training was how to really quickly and really easily come up with lots of ideas for content that you can produce very quickly. So I think the headline, it may be a little bit different now, but the original thing when I first posted about this training was how I come up with like a week's worth of content in like just 30 minutes using ChatGPT. So let's just dive right in. So basically what I'm gonna just give you a live example right here of something that I might do for my specific business. So, you know, what I do is I help people, I help course creators, consultants, anyone with a high ticket program. I help them package their knowledge into an insanely desirable and profitable offer and scale that sucker up to 7 figures or more. Okay, so that's the type of person that I like to work with. And so because of that, the content that I create, well, I do a lot of like tactical trainings. There's also a lot of just general inspirational mindset type of content or motivational type of content. And that's the sort of thing that does well on video when I'm kind of like filming. I'll show you kind of like how I'm going to use the ChatGPT output to create like kind of short videos, which have been doing really well lately. So just bear that in mind. This is going to be the commands that you put into ChatGPT are going to be different based on what your business is and kind of your target customer, who you want to consume your content and who you want to really like and engage and get value from your content, okay? So for my case, you know, I'm just thinking, so let's do just an example here. If I'm thinking of some inspirational videos or videos that I think is gonna get a lot of attention or a lot of engagement from my target audience who are entrepreneurs, they're typically hardworking or they have a good work ethic or they're working to build a good work ethic, because they know that that work ethic is going to translate into business success and career success, and that is what they want. They enjoy having a positive mindset, things of that nature. So me knowing that, I want to create content on those topics that my audience are really going to love. They're going to get a lot of value from. They're going to be excited to watch, and it's also going to move them closer to wanting to work with me privately one-on-one to help them with their business, all right? So with that in mind, and again, remember that each week that you do this process, and of course, you could do this process, sit here for like an hour, like you could kind of like do all of this 4 times over and get a whole month's worth of content created if you kind of do like 4 times the work right up front. But I just do this once a week, every single Monday. I spend about, like 30 minutes kind of doing this process, and I get it all planned out, knocked out for the week, okay? But the next week, the questions and the things that are kind of going through my mind and the types of content that I create are going to be a little bit different, right? So you don't You're not going to be creating the exact same content and answering the exact same questions every single week. But yeah, just let's say that this is one week where I'm feeling really inspired or even just feeling really interested in wanting to talk about the subconscious mind, like how to use the subconscious mind in goal achievement. Okay, so that's going to be like kind of the theme of my content for this week. So what I'm going to do is I am going to type out I'll probably try a couple commands. So let's say, what are the top 5 quotes by Bob Proctor? Because Bob Proctor is someone who people in my industry really know him, really look up to him, really have a lot of respect for him, and he has a lot of great information on the subconscious mind and how it works for goal achievement. So this is what I type right here, and we'll see. Okay, yeah. So it's typing right here. Here are 5 of his most popular quotes. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, or hold it in your hand. Cool. And so what I might do right here, now that I have the answer, the response, this is fantastic. Like, honestly, this is really for me, and I'll show you what I do, but this is for me probably going to be enough just for me to create my content for the whole week just based off of this output from ChatGPT. Okay. Now, if you aren't really happy with this, like let's say I actually decided, I don't really want, maybe not Bob Proctor. Maybe I want someone who is a little bit more, whatever it is. Maybe I want someone who has a little bit more business business content versus personal development content. Then instead I could type in like, what are the top 5 quotes by Grant Cardone? And it'll probably come up. He's obviously much more like business focused, not so much personal development, although there's overlap, right? So let's see what ChatGPT says, if it even knows who he is. Okay, motivational speaker. So for whatever reason, this one's going really, really slow. So we'll let that run. But honestly, I was happy with this outcome right here. I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. I was happy with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this as inspiration for my content for the week. So let me talk through how I would do that. Basically, what I'm gonna do when I'm doing content, especially short form video content, so like Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels. By the way, would love to have you follow me on Instagram and Facebook so that you can actually see these Reels in real time, because this is exactly how I create them. And you'll see, you'll probably be able to tell as you watch the Reels. So would love to have you follow me on both of those so that you can get daily updates. But yeah, basically what I do is I will just pick one of these, I'll just read through it, I'll kind of think it over for like 30 seconds, and then I literally will just turn on my camera. Okay, so I don't plan the whole entire video, the whole entire script. I don't do that. That takes forever, and I do not see the value in doing that. I really think that it's a waste of time. There are so much more higher leverage activities that you can do as a business owner, or as a small business owner, freelancer. There's so much more that you could be doing to grow your business than planning out every word of content. So I do not think that is a good use of time at all. What I do think is, because you're going to be creating content on an area that you already have expertise or knowledge on, really like a lot of your background experience, your life experience, and even just your opinions, you already have expertise just by sharing your opinions and by just kind of like talking through these things and just sharing what's on your mind right now. That creates really authentic content that people will really connect with, okay? If it sounds too scripted, 9 times out of 10 people are going to be able to tell, and they just they're not going to engage with it. They're just not going to like it. So what I've found through all my years of experience is that creating like raw, organic, off the cuff content almost always performs so much better, right? Of course, it's hit or miss with content, with organic content. Some will do great, some won't do great. That's just the name of the game. You can't, and you also don't want to put too much energy in trying to make every piece of content go viral or anything like that. Like, just whatever. Get it out fast is what I say, and focus on the actual, the real money generating tasks, which are typically other things in your business. But yeah, so basically what I would do is I would say thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you'll hold it in your hand. Okay, so like what am I gonna, I'll think about an example like, okay, I'll use my 2 Comma Club as an example. So I'll say, or the very first time that I was setting my goal to achieve or to win my first 2 Comma Club award, I remember in the mornings, I would kind of visualize what the award looks like. Oh, it's really shiny, it's really gold. And how amazing is that gonna feel for me to walk across the stage and get that award, all right? So that was kind of what that was a personal experience of mine, and I know that now. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm literally just gonna turn on the camera right here, hold my iPhone, I film all my stuff right on my iPhone for reels or for like short videos. Don't need a fancy camera. It's just clutter. You don't need that. Okay, so just on the camera, I'd turn it on and I'd say, I'd just really start to riff. It's kind of weird to me to think about creating this video and also creating this video. But yeah, I would basically just say, one of the most impactful quotes that Bob Proctor has, and by the way, when I'm filming this sort of content, there are tons of mistakes and errors and stuff like that. I keep the camera running, okay? And I edit, this video typically comes out to be about 3 minutes or so because I want to edit it down to about 30 seconds to 60 seconds for a really good reel. That's typically the right length. So this unedited video will typically be about 3 minutes or so, maybe 2 minutes, maybe 4 minutes somewhere. But there's tons of errors in here, okay? And I don't try to be perfect. I just say what comes to mind, and then I just crop out all the crap or the silence or the mistakes. And yeah, don't try to be perfect on camera because it's gonna take so much time and you're never gonna do it. So just get the content out as good and as concisely as you can. Share your insights, share your personal experiences, and just crop out the gaps, right? Nobody's gonna ever know. That's the point of being able to edit a video. Okay, so I would share that short little story, and then I would say, and that would be it, right? I would crop it down into, I use this app called, let me show you. Oops. This one right here, it's called CapCut. I know it's backwards, or it's reversed, but I use CapCut. It's a free app. You can really, really easily and nicely edit short form videos on your phone. It's a lifesaver. It takes you probably like 3 minutes to edit a raw video into like a really nice, smooth, clean, about 30 to 60 second reel type of video. Okay, so that's the app that I use. I just upload it right to Instagram, auto-generate the captions through Instagram, and then I have a setting on my Instagram, you can do this too, where I sync my Instagram and my Facebook. And so the Instagram reels that I post, when I upload them to Instagram reel, they also automatically post as a Facebook reel. So I get 2 for 1. Then I also re-download that video from Instagram to my phone so I can upload it to my Instagram story, Facebook story, YouTube short, and TikTok. Okay, so this is how I get all this content done really quickly with just 1 or 2 simple prompts from ChatGPT, all right? So, and you can see right here, if I didn't really like what I was getting from Bob Proctor, I could also use any of these quotes right here, right? Average is a failing formula. So I could just talk and riff on any of these. And again, what makes your content special and what makes your content unique is you actually sharing your own personal insights and your unique story and your unique background and your unique thoughts and reactions to these types of quotes, okay? So again, don't script it. When people ask me, especially when clients are asking me like, Nico, how do you get your content done so quickly? This is how. You don't need to edit it or you don't need to plan it all out in advance because it's gonna come off as inauthentic. It's not gonna do well either way, so why even do that? And second, like this saves you a ton of time to just talk, share your natural, like kind of like your gut reaction type of things while you're creating this content. That's the kind of content that does really well, okay? So if you are someone who got value from this, please let me know. I would love to hear about it. That was kind of the goal. This was just a very popular, highly requested training. And I know it's kind of seemingly pretty simple if you think about it, but it's very, very powerful if you actually apply this, okay? So go ahead, apply this to your business. And if you are someone who, if you want help growing your business to 7 figures or multiple 7 figures, and you have a $1,000 plus program. We work with people who have $1,000 programs, 5K, 10K, 30K, you name it. We've worked with someone who has had that type of an offer, and we've helped them scale it up to multiple 6 or 7 figures and beyond. So if you want someone, your right-hand man, me, to help you out in achieving that, then book a time to speak with us. We'll just walk you through very clearly what it looks like, what we have to offer, and there's no pressure either way. We just want to see if it's going to be a good mutual fit for you to achieve your goals. Okay, so if that does interest you, then there either will be a link around here to book a time to chat further and learn what we have to offer, or you can just reach back out through social media and we'll get you set up with a time. All right, thanks so much. It's been Nico Moreno, and I hope you enjoyed this ChatGPT training.